All right, so you have thrown some bowls on the potter's wheel, and because it's your first time, I can imagine that they are probably not perfect. So after they have gotten to almost leather hard, you can do some improving just with your hands. So as far as what you want your bowl to do and to be is you want it to appear centered. And it appears centered when it is perfectly round. So if yours is not perfectly round, you can try and manipulate it just by bending the walls in as such. And you can also tell that a bowl is centered if the walls are a consistent thickness as you go all the way around the rim. So if I take a look at this bowl, it is thinner over here, and as I'm rotating, it gets a little bit thicker. So what you can do to improve that is with a rubber rib. And what you'll want to do with the rubber rib is you'll want to remove some of the extra clay that is on the inside, okay? So you can remove some extra so that the thickness is consistent all the way around the bowl, okay? So that is a trick that will help it appear more centered, okay? Removing some extra. Also, removing some extra thickness is also going to assist in it drying more evenly. It will also be lighter in weight, so it's not too heavy, especially when you are at the dinner table and you're passing a bowl of potatoes. You don't want your bowl to be too heavy. Also, you want to check the thickness of the bottom, okay? So if your bottom appears and feels too thick, you can reduce the thickness from the bottom. So you can start with your rubber rib and flattening the bottom out. You can take a small circular object, place it on the center, draw yourself a nice line, and use a ribbon tool to remove some of the thickness. This will ensure less probability that it could explode. It will also make it lighter in weight. Okay, smoothing all of that out. Imagine removing a thin layer. If you wanted to, you could also carve out the edge here so that you get that nice footing, okay? In ceramics class, we learn how to throw larger bowls and how to do the trimming like this on the wheel. But since this is an intro class, you can certainly do this by hand. Okay, so you could continue carving out that inner circle. You could draw yourself another line and remove some of the thickness out here, okay? And create that foot, just like that foot you see here, okay? You can also reduce some thickness by imagining you're back on the potter's wheel, using your trimming tool and rotating in a circular fashion just like this, okay? Removing some of that extra thickness. What this is going to do, it's also going to make the bowl look better, remove any divots, or if you have any bumps from when you are taking it off the wheel head. Okay, just make sure that you are going in that circular fashion, okay? You want it to still remain, you want it to still look like it's wheel thrown, okay? Also, you want to smooth out the surface. You can tell that there are some compression stretches here. You can use a wet sponge and smooth it out that way. If you have any wrinkles from fingerprints or any imperfections from the plastic bag, you can smooth that out as well. Okay? And then, last but not least, and most important, first and last name carved on the bottom.